How does one prepare for a full throttle ride aboard a 326 horsepower sport bike? You first blow the cobwebs off aboard a 210 horsepower example of the same basic machine. I'm pretty sure this wasn't the thinking behind Kawasaki's supercharged Ninja H2 and H2R dynamic duo, but I certainly appreciated the 3 20-minute track sessions on the street-legal H2 before slipping into the saddle of the most powerful mass-produced motorcycle on the planet. Kawasaki has a proud performance heritage and is not one to shy from pushing boundaries. For many seasoned enthusiasts, Team Green's legacy began with the H1 Mach 3 and H2 two-stroke triples of the 1970s, a pair of no-holds-barred rides in their own time, and the bikes these new machines honor and name. While there have been challengers throughout the years, we could always count on a brass-knuckles counter-punch from Kawasaki, a company with strong technological roots in aerospace and high-speed rail, to name just a few of Kawasaki heavy industry's fields of innovation. In fact, the technological resources of several key divisions have contributed to the creation of the most outrageously powerful bike ever offered to the public, along with its civilized, EPA-compliant H2 counterpart. While many have questioned the rationale behind these machines, you must hand it to Kawasaki for having the balls to pull wheel chocks on the winged H2R and let it fly. If you've logged into social media these past several months, chances are you've seen, and maybe grown weary of, Kawasaki's Ninja H2 marketing videos. My mouth ran dry of saliva some time ago, and I've been jonesing for an H2 adrenaline fix ever since I swung a leg over a pilot production H2R on Kawasaki USA's dyno for an exclusive CW video shoot. Even though the bike was strapped to the rear wheel dyno, my heart raced as a fire breather laid power down. How much power was the obvious question, but Kawasaki wasn't ready to disclose that all-important number to us at the time. Believe me when I say it felt like a ton, and now we know the H2R puts out a claimed 310 peak horsepower at 14,000 RPM without ram air, and 326 horsepower in a stiff headwind. With short notice and few details, I boarded a 20-hour flight to Doha, the modern metropolitan capital of Qatar. A country under perpetual new construction, Qatar is barely larger than the greater Los Angeles area, a mere peninsula jutting into the Persian Gulf. Its main attraction for motorheads is the Losail International Circuit, home to Motop's night race. Kawasaki H2 rated at 200 horsepower at 11,000 RPM without ram air, 210 horsepower at speed. The H2 is tuned for greater mid-range than the R, referencing a region that is well below its 98 pound and 50 pence-feet torque peak located at an astoundingly high 10,500 RPM. The shape of the horsepower graph flatlines above the peak figure as torque drops off, creating 2,500 RPM of over-rev before the limiter cuts in. Exactly what's needed on Main Street. The riding position feels slightly more relaxed than that of a ZX-10R. The saddle is narrow in the front and has hip support pads flanking the rear portion of the seat that cradle your hindquarters when scooting back into a full tuck position. The real benefit of this unique feature is realized when shifting your butt to either side of the seat in a hang-off position and utilizing the support as a butt stop to brace against under hard acceleration. They are adjustable 15mm reward for taller riders. Heading onto the circuit, I immediately noted the bike's firm clutch pull, something to be expected with the level of power being transmitted. While both versions of H2 employ a ramp-type slipper clutch to reduce back torque and resultant rear wheel hop on downshifts, I wondered why clutch assist ramps, like that found on even the Ninja 300, weren't used here to lighten the effort. Kawasaki H2R wrapped in sexy carbon fiber bodywork, the H2R looked and sounded menacing as my assigned crew chief warmed the bike in the pit garage for the afternoon sessions. Its lightweight titanium exhaust emits an ear-splitting shriek with every quick blip of throttle, followed with a compressor chirp sound when the throttle is snapped shut again. Both H2 models use the same electronic rider support suite consisting of KTRC, Kawasaki Traction Control, and KIBS, Kawasaki Intelligent Anti-Lock Brake System, based on that of the H2R. Expanding on this is KEBC, Kawasaki Engine Brake Control, and KLCM, Kawasaki Launch Control Mode, the latter having 3 settings offering a progressively greater level of intrusion, controlling wheel spin and wheelies, while allowing the rider to launch from a stop with the throttle held wide open. While the H2's ABS is not defeatable, the R allows disabling the rear, or both front and rear, anti-lock. Having felt no ill effect on the rare occasion I invoked ABS aboard the H2, feeling a subtle pulse in the lever without any freewheeling, I left the R system on as well. And with the message driven home that stopping on the circuit or exceeding the 40 miles per hour pit lane speed limit would result in immediate ejection, I didn't sample the KLCM feature. I tried both engine brake options, and the light setting was preferable on both bikes. Same for KTRC. I settled into the least intrusive number 1- setting to loosen the reins on these supercharged stallions.